Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Johnny Loves Movies podcast on YouTube and Twitch. Today, we're starting the unlikely lethal month here on the channel. The theme is action thrillers led by comedians or comedic actors who take the roles mostly serious or entirely serious. These are underrated gems that we will be covering, and we're starting this month with the 1997 film Metro. And here to help me start this month out, it's a friend of the show and a good friend of mine, Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Come on in, buddy. Come on in. Come on in. Yes. Mick, how
What's
you
up?
doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely, man. You know, everybody loved you. We're on April Chino. And so I had to do it. I had to do it, especially for a beloved, underrated gem like this. But before we break this bitch down, Mick, how you doing? What's been going on? I hear you ended your show.
Yeah. We're coming to a close on our Halloween episode, which is always our biggest episode of the year. It's also our anniversary month, so it's gonna be 7 years that the Scene Snobs podcast has been going. The channel's still running. We're still gonna have our movie reviews. We're still gonna have lots of discussions and things going on there. But the podcasts, we're at 400 and I think we just did 23 episodes. It's been a long ride. Casey's back. He's been my partner on podcasting for damn near 15 years on all the many different shows. And we're just at that point where I don't want to say never. I'm all for never saying never, but right now it feels right to do this. So
Okay.
maybe one day we'll resurge in a revival, but the rate of podcasting the way it's going right now,
Yeah.
just need a break.
I understand that, man. Burnout. That's a real thing, people. It's a real thing. I get it, man. I get it. Man. City, that's a lot of city miles. 15 years though. That's some city miles on it.
Yeah, we've been going a long time. He started out on a show called Off Topic Radio. I started on a website called Mario Likes Movies. We started, movie podcasting back then, and then he and I came together and did a show for 6 years called Mystery Elephant, and then we went into the Scene Snobs, and we've had a lot of good people on the channel, still are going to be part of the channel. Again, we're not ending that. I'm just going to be focusing more on writing, maybe do some filmmaking for myself, like short films, just things that I really enjoy doing. And, I love podcasting and I love doing the podcast, but again, it's just been more of a needed a break.
I definitely get it, brother. I definitely get it. And be on the lookout because I'm gonna have you direct my comedy special. When I break out,
dude,
I'm coming to you.
My God, get so experimental with it.
You my guy. Okay, so yeah, you ready to talk about this movie?
I am. Listen. You did not choose me for this episode because you knew that I loved this movie. But this is one of the movies I like. First off, there's one Eddie Murphy action movie I don't really enjoy.
Okay.
I'll let you guess which one it is. But it is one of the reasons he chose to do this movie.
Ooh, okay. I think it's obviously it's Hills Cop 3.
Yeah, it's definitely Beverly Hills Cop 3.
That's the obvious choice. I'm gonna do a brief synopsis of it. Okay. Eddie Murphy in this movie he plays a San Francisco hostage negotiator, and he must team up with a rookie SWAT sharpshooter to track down a cold-blooded jewel thief who murdered his friend and mentor in this 1997 thriller. Mick, how I do?
I'm going to put it like this. Not only was it eloquent, but it was precise and it was beautifully put.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, man, this is I remember seeing this in '97 with my mom and my dad because they exposed a young child to R-rated movies. And I remember my dad and my mom didn't really like it, but I came out of it like really loving it because at this point I was really into like action movies. Like my cousin Sturdy, he's into horror. If I am to action what Sturdy is to horror. I love action movies. I just love the beat of it. I love the music, the way action was shot. I love a movie that tells like a gunfight or a fist fight through a story. Or I fucked that up. I like when fights and gunfights tell a story when they happen. There you
Yeah.
go. I don't
John
like
Woo, great for that, by the way.
exactly. I don't like when it randomly happens. And oh my god, I've been a comic for the last 6 years, but I've also been in love with comedy as long as I've been in love with like action films, especially stand up. My dad showed me early Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. He exposed me to like a lot of young black comics in the '90s, and so it's always been. I'm not gonna say a kink because a kink is reserved for sex, but I will say a quirk of mine is I always and the impetus of this month is I always love when comedians go outside of what makes them comfortable, which is stand up comedy or doing comedies and all that slapstick goofy shit. I love when they try to stretch their capabilities and try to lead an action film or try to lead a drama. And Eddie, he's the king of it, man. Martin Lawrence is the Duke, but he's the king of it.
I was doing a little research because I was getting so excited when you sent me earlier. You sent me the format of what you're doing with the show, and I was like so excited for what you're doing.
Yeah,
Not adding anything, of course, because you've got it packed. I did do a little math though.
Okay.
And do you know why? How many or which decade I should say? So 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2025. I'll go that. Which movie did Eddie Murphy have the most movies come out?
Which movie did he have the most movies come out?
Mm-hmm.
Like a franchise of his, right? It has to be Rich Stick is strictly franchise. It's either Shrek or Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, no, I mean in which decade had the
which decade? The most in which decade? Oh,
yeah.
I'm saying the '90s because he was like throwing it out, like hoping something stick. Because around the time of this movie, he was going through a career rut, so he was trying to find out what worked. So I'm gonna say the '90s.
It's very funny that you say that. He had 12 in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
He had about 8 in the '80s, 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
He had 15 in the 2010s.
Ah, the kid movies. Yeah.
He's got a lot of credits, but I'm only talking about movies. I'm not talking about all like the offshoots and stuff like that. Actually, in the 2010s, if you think about it, he had 1,000. He had a Tower Heist, 1,000 Words, and this is where I think you'll appreciate it. Mr. Church, and Dolomite Is My Name. In the 2010s, he had 5 movies.
Yeah,
I think he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies since 2020. He's had more movies in this past 6 years
in the last 10.
In the last 10.
And I'm so glad that Eddie is back from his self-imposed exile. I'm not gonna say semi-retirement. He's such a gem. I really hope with the older he gets, I know he's getting too old to do action films, but the older he gets, I just hope he does more stuff that's like outside of the box of like what he's known for, because like he is so talented, man, and I can't think of another comedic actor who's even tried to experiment with other genres as much as he's done.
Robin Williams, maybe.
Yeah,
but again, like that, when you name those names, they're so special.
Yeah.
So it's like I couldn't like, and you mean stand-up comedians, right? Not just any type of comedian.
I'm doing stand-up and comedic actors, man.
Then I maybe say Tom Hanks too.
Yeah, Hanks.
But again, like those are special names. It's not like you can just throw any name out. Like, I'm thinking of them because literally they're the biggest names, and they were. I feel like they're the most impactful. And Eddie Murphy being probably as good as Tom Hanks is, and Robin Williams. I mean, one of my all-time favorites. But Eddie Murphy, like you don't, other than Turner and Hooch, you don't really have a cop drama with Tom Hanks and Robin Williams.
Does Dragnet count?
It does not, but I still love it. The Dragnet rap.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I said, right, yeah. Oh man.
Do you remember in 2019 Eddie Murphy was gearing up for something? Like he had this My Name Is Dolomite had just come out. Netflix, like he was doing a lot of TV shows, like the talk shows and things like that. And he was going on this tour, and I know he was practicing comedy.
Yeah.
And I had heard lingering. He had talked about. He's like, I'm going out and doing some stand up, just practicing, which was like the first time in like 30 years.
Yeah.
And I had heard rumblings that Netflix was going to give him a special, and then COVID hit.
Same here. Yeah.
When you say, what else can he do? I was like, all I want, he can keep doing movies. I love seeing Eddie Murphy in movies. I don't care if he revisits or they're fresh. Like Mr. Church was great, and I think it's underrated.
Yes.
But I really want to see, like, even if it's just one more stand-up special.
Yeah, I agreed. I think as a comic, he fears about. I think what his fear is. What does he have to say that is relatable now? Because he's so different than who he was in the 80s. Now he's so incredibly rich, has his legacy, And I think, and I have a bit about this too that I've been doing. I think that most comics fear that saying that you have a good life and being successful isn't funny. Like no one's gotten hot off of that. Like my life is great. Like no one's ever like had a great my life is great joke. and he doesn't have too many of those bad days like that like most up and coming comics have now. So I think that's what is really scaring him. He doesn't, I think it's just content really.
I also think at this point, it's been so many years too. I think, and you can attest to this more, like I've only ever done open mics. You're a professional. So like when it comes down time to it, I need your advice. But like with Eddie Murphy, I feel like he could come out there and he could talk about things that have happened, maybe bombs that he's made, Metro, which I love. Again,
Yeah.
Things like that. Like he's even said he loves this movie. So as recently as like 2024. So it's I feel like you can come out there, and the only time it really works is if you can still make fun of yourself. Like back in the day, he did not mind.
Exactly.
He was ready to just roll and go.
Yeah.
But seeing him on Saturday Night Live the past few years, I feel like he has that.
He still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He still has it. And I just think that, I mean, he has this bit on Jimmy Kimmel where he talks about how Pluto Nash bombed. I'm like, you can definitely make a great joke out of it. Like,
oh my God.
Like we all seen his failures, you know what I mean? He can make a good joke about those. Like I just think it's scary to see a great be so scared to go back on stage when he has a litany of content.
Yeah.
Whether he believes it or not, he has a lot of content that he can say on stage. He can even talk about that incident that happened the same year with the prostitute. I know he doesn't even talk about it as much, but he can talk about it.
But even like in Delirious, he spends a lot of time talking about his childhood with his parents and family in whole. It'd be kind of cool for him to talk about now he's in that spot.
Yep.
And what was it like to parent that?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving him gold here, Eddie. You should be listening.
Come on, Eddie. Exactly, man. Let us be your manager. Let us.
Can I just meet you? Shake your hand and say thank you for many, many fun memories.
Yeah, and it's what I really like, especially with this one, man. We're good. I kind of want to get into the production background about this because, as I alluded before, he's going through a rut during this period, and I'm going off the top of the dome. I don't have his filmography in front of me.
But I have it if you need it. It's right.
Okay, so like prior to this, he does Vampire in Brooklyn, Boomerang. Well, he does Boomerang first, then he does fucking Beverly Hills Cop, then Vampire, then this. He does Distinguished Gentleman around the same time as Boomerang, I believe, right? I think.
Yeah, it was Boomerang and Distinguished Gentleman.
Yeah,
in the same year. The Distinguished Gentleman was the first of his Disney movie deal too.
Yeah,
which ended with Haunted Mansion. Metro was one of them too.
Exactly, Touchstone. I'm like, oh, this is a Touchstone joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's those movies. I remember. I was 2 at the time, but I remember as an adult going back and hearing that a lot of people hated on Distinguished Gentleman with good reason, by the way. I finally watched that movie around election time a couple years ago. I'm like, this movie ain't good. I get why Eddie had that downward spiral after this. But I'm like, Boomerang and Nutty Professor in between then. You know what I mean? So, 2 sizable hits.
Well, if I remember correctly, I was a little older back then. So like I remember the news. Distinguished Gentleman, Boomerang, they did all right. They were kind of cold in numbers comparatively to what he was doing in the 80s, right?
Okay.
and like another 48 Hours was right before that. So like he blew up with those, and then he did Beverly Hills Cop 3, which he hated doing.
Yeah.
And he did not like John Landis. They were friends, but he didn't like him on that set. They had a big falling out.
Yeah.
He didn't think it was funny. He didn't like it. He didn't want to do it. That's why like it's all discombobulated and disjointed. He wanted something grittier and R-rated. They wanted that. Then so like that depressed him. Then the transgender prostitute situation happened, which whatever. I'm not. That's not a judgment. I'm just saying, but like that is in the news, and I can see where like that might. I think that's around the time you start seeing him get attacked.
Yeah, because it leads to that infamous David Spade skit on Saturday Night Live, where he cuts David Spade out, and they just made up, by the way, but they had like a big disagreement about that. You know?
Yeah, he did not like being attacked. I mean, he was loved, and now his movies are doing bad in the 90s, and then that happens, and then he did Vampire in Brooklyn, which I attest is a fun movie that everyone should check out, and he's doing a great job in it.
Now, did you guys cover that on my cousin's podcast?
I believe we did. Okay. I'm pretty sure we did. If not, if I wasn't there, I'm pretty sure I've listened to his episode where he did.
That's a perfect movie for that pod.
I mean, Wes Craven movie too.
Yeah, a local Cleveland boy, by the way.
And Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Was in that, and she's killing it. Like she's doing a great job. And then the very next one is The Nutty Professor.
Yep.
Which we know was humongous. It blew up.
Yes.
But I think this is a personal theory, and Eddie Murphy, come on, jump on the show and talk to us about it. I think all of that stuff, he hated Beverly Hills Cop 3, but that was like he knew that wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
For that time, we never thought a revival would come years and years later, but which I'm glad it did. But I think that upset him. Then everything with the news upset him. Then doing a horror movie, doing something different, and that bombed, I think upset him.
Yeah.
And I think it was just at that point where he was like, I want to get back into action, like a more dramatic action fashion, because this isn't really a comedy, this one.
Exactly. That's why I love this one so much. But I was actually going to talk about Brooklyn for a minute, because I noticed when I did this watch as an adult on Metro, there was some kind of tonal clashes, but there was also tonal clashes with Brooklyn that I also noticed as well. And I remember digging in the production history of that, and I remember reading that Wes Craven wanted to make an Eddie Murphy movie. Eddie wanted to make a horror movie, and that's why there's so much like clashes in the tone, because Eddie was really trying to do like I'm not gonna say like a serious take on Blackula, but he was trying to do a less comedic take on Blackula.
I get it.
You know, and you have an auteur like Wes Craven and the studio saying, "Come on, Eddie, do the thing. Everybody likes the thing." You know what I mean? And so you get stuff, and I love Vampire in Brooklyn, but you get stuff that's like inconsistent. And I love this movie quite a bit, and we'll get into the inconsistencies of that in a minute. But I just want to pick your brain on that, I guess. Like I get it as a studio head, you know, you're like, we're spending $20 million on this guy, and this guy wants to be serious. What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? But like, it's a studio. I think the studio's wrong, I guess.
I agree. I think the studio didn't know how to market Eddie Murphy for a more serious role. Because then if you think about it, he did Mulan afterwards, which was, he was funny in it, but it was still a pretty
dark Disney.
The good thing about back then, those Disney movies in the 90s, they had it more adult themes that adults could enjoy just as much as and Mulan was one of them. But then right after, he did Dr. Dolittle.
Big hit.
He did Holy Man, which I maintain is a good movie.
And he hates Holy Man for some reason.
I don't know. I like Holy Man. I think he kills it in that movie. Yeah. I think it was probably mismanaged a bit. Like, again, they were trying to make it more comedy and he was trying to be more serious. But then you follow it up with Life, which is
fan-fucking-tastic.
It is. I have a hard time watching that movie just because of the fact that they're locked away.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's real. I know that these things happen, especially to Black Americans. And to see that movie, like, it just breaks my heart. But it is not just funny. It is poignant.
Yep.
It is the drama lands. Like, that is, I still feel like that's underrated. Like, I feel like
You get a good Martin
the
performance
masses.
too.
Yes, yeah. Martin Lawrence does a great job, and then he goes with Bowfinger, which is one of my absolute favorites.
Bowfinger, yeah. I think I told you this before. I think I told you Bowfinger is my favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Mine too, because we're
Yeah.
filmmakers. So
Yeah.
it's like that thing, you know, like and oh my god, he's like, we got to go get a crew, and they open up the doors and they're like, get in, underlay,
Yeah.
underlay.
Yeah.
Oh, just everything they did with that movie, and
I
like
like the whole "Hey Liquor Girls" bit. And he had a trash bag on his head, and then they laughed at it.
dude, it's just like I just feel like if you look at all of those movies, it's very inconsistent in what does well. It's the comedy, like because Bowfinger didn't do well, and that's a very funny comedy.
Exactly. That movie, like, what didn't it bomb? Like,
I don't think it bombed. I just don't think it for a Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy movie.
mm-hmm.
I don't think it did well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well enough. And then Holy Man, Dr. Dolittle does well. Life did well. Mulan did well. Nutty Professor did well.
Yeah.
Out of all those movies, there's like 12 movies he did. 4 did well. You know,
Yeah.
Boomerang and Distinguished Gentleman got money back. So like they did good.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's like, but why doesn't Metro fit? Like that's my biggest question is like Metro is a sound movie. He does good in
It's a great performance. Yeah, it's a great performance in it. I think it has one of the best car chases, or technically trolley chases, that I've seen in that decade.
Yeah.
Michael Wincott, we'll talk about him in a minute, though. He
was good.
Such a good villain, man.
Michael Rappaport wasn't great.
Yeah.
He was a little, he seemed like he didn't fit in.
And that's the part of the studio interference that I wanted to bring up. We could actually get into that now. It's the Michael Rappaport part. It's the bit where he was trying to train Michael Rappaport. Then he started doing all those jokes and like doing all the funny voices as the hostage taker. Then the beginning, on the way to his first scene where he's going to take care of, or he's trying to talk to Donnell Logue's character. On the way there, when he's horse betting, you know, in his riffing, it just felt like Disney was just like, oh, this movie is too fucking serious. We paid $20 million for Eddie Murphy. Do the thing, Eddie. Do the thing. We don't want serious, Eddie. Do the thing. And so, like, it feels like two competing movies at times.
Yeah. I don't think they understood the subtlety of the comedy and the, like, let's just take Beverly Hills Cop and 48 Hours. I think those are like the blueprints for it.
Mm-hmm.
They're still, like, the action takes first place.
Yes.
The comedy is there, and it's because he adds the charm, the wit, everything that comes with it. And yeah, it's well written to him.
Yep.
This movie wasn't well written to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if anything, if they were going to add jokes, it shouldn't have been. I don't know how it works, but I can see them like being like notes, like give us some more. I really wish like maybe a writer who knew him well.
So I was going to bring him up, and the movie that I'm doing next week, Most Wanted, stars one of his close friends.
I love that movie too.
I'm doing that next week, and that stars Keenen Ivory Wayans. I was going to bring up, because Keenen wrote that movie, by the way, and I was going to bring up the fact that what I love about Keenen. Oh, I think you froze on me, buddy. Hold on, guys. I don't know if it's me or I don't know what's going on. Hold on. All right, I refreshed the page. Are you still there? Let's see what's happening. Oh shit, I shut the page. Is that you or me? Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Bear with us. Bear with us. Do. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so I'm live. Sorry, I had to play it. So let's see what's going on now. Oh no. Boy. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. We lost Mick for a minute. I'm going to send him the leak again. Um, I don't know what happened here, but let's see if we can get Mick back because we're getting into a flow. Let's see if we can get our boy back because we're live. Okay, so we lost. We have a bit of internet trouble, but um, we'll just keep on going. So with this movie and the inconsistencies that happens in this film, Keenan Ivory Wayans, who wrote Most Wanted, film that we're doing next week, he I feel like he should have been added on here because he knows Eddie, and he's a very much narrative first guy when it comes to his humor. Um, and so I feel like with the bits here, the the riffing, the that I feel happens in this movie, the Eddie Murphy just improving certain bits and scenes in this movie could have gone over well, as Mick alluded to before, with having a comic that knows him better. I feel like that certainly um, would have been an asset for this film because like I said, there's a bit in the beginning of the movie where he's on the way to the um, scene where he's about to take care of a hostage negotiation situation with Daniel Logue, another wonderful comedic character actor, and he's just riffing in the car, and it just feels like it's going nowhere, and it just feels like he's just filler busting. And so, like, while in isolated instances, it would be like something that would work. I just feel like it doesn't work with the tone of the movie that we eventually got. I'm not really even harsh on the opening of this movie because it's already establishing this world. So we don't have this dark narrative of Eddie trying to avenge the death of his good friend um, by the Michael Wincott character, Coda or Curta. It's Curta. Um, I just feel like it's out of place with the Michael Rappaport character. And, as soon as, Mick gets back, we'll definitely talk about who Michael Rappaport ended up being in our real world. And if it takes away from the viewing of this movie, I know for me personally, I'm just going to just interject now. For me personally, I feel like with Michael Rappaport's views, I found knowing him in today's context to be pretty distracting in my viewing experience of this movie. And this is a movie that I enjoy quite a bit. I love this movie. And I just found his character now to be distracting. The first time, I saw as a kid, I was 7. I saw it a couple more times as a teenager and a young adult. And like, I just I could take him or leave him. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't that much of a distraction for me until now in this political climate. Now it's just like I know who you are as a person and who you are. It's kind of like with Mel Gibson pictures sometimes. It's hard to separate the art from the artist. And as much as I try my best to do that, I find myself really, really having a difficult time separating myself from not myself, separating how I view Michael Rappaport and this character in this film. So I have that bias going on. I know it's a bias, and I know it's something that I can definitely um, work past and definitely try to overcome. But it's just in this viewing of this picture, I just I just couldn't. I just couldn't overcome it. And that's okay. So it seems like the stream cut off. Okay, yeah, there we go. We're live again. And so it's just something that I find myself wrestling with as a fan of this movie and as a fan of stand up, you know. And so that's where I am with that character. I think. Okay, there we go. We got Mickey Boy back. Yay! Oh my God! I don't know
hate
what
the
happened.
internet. I hate the internet, and I hate
It's
the
all
weather.
good. It's
Oh,
all
sorry
good,
about that.
man. It's all good. Hey, man, shit happens, as they say in Forrest Gump. Shit happens.
I'm like, what is going on now? Okay, you know what
Yeah.
it was? The power went out real quick. It was like one of those flickers, and so it
Mhm.
reset the internet.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was going on. And so, like, I asked my wife, I'm like, you have internet up there? What's going on? The internet will not work for me. And then she goes down and just resets it. So it took longer because it started
Yeah.
coming back, and then it took longer. And I'm like, oh no.
Do you have AT&T?
I do not.
Okay,
I
because
have the
that's my issue.
FiOS.
All right, that's my issue with AT&T. I have that all the time with AT&T where I have to reset it. Oh my God, yeah. Well, he didn't really miss much. I actually started getting into the whole riffing, and I actually kind of want to hear more what you got to say, especially with Keenan Ivory Wayans. Because yeah, like I said, I'm doing most one next week, and I feel like Keenan Ivory Wayans is the type of comedic writer and comic who cares about narrative first when it comes to humor. And I definitely think he would have been of service if he ghostwritten for these bits, because then it would feel less aimless, like Eddie just riffing.
I don't think let's really like dissect Eddie Murphy for a little bit in his movies.
Okay.
I don't think he riffs as much as people think. He is super witty
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
And he's a comedian. He can come off the cuff. I'm not saying that he can't improv or do things. I really do think that he does, like, his work ethic seems like he takes the time to make sure he's crafting it properly. So I don't feel like it's always just a riff on set. I feel like he's pushing for what works. Maybe not early on. It was like, they could work with him on like what his type of comedy was to put into Beverly Hills Cop and that. But by the time the late 80s came around and you had Beverly Hills Cop 2, you had Another 48 Hours, you had Harlem Nights, you had movies like that.
Yeah.
It really felt like his imprint was on. I know Charlie started writing a lot of stuff, his brother.
Yeah.
So like coming into that, and I think like his tone just changed. So when it came to the riffing, every time like you see riffing in certain movies, yeah, I'm sure there's lots of takes of him doing different stuff. So it is a riff, but I do feel like it's calculated. I don't feel like he just like always puts into certain things. Like I do think he likes to craft his movies. That's what I've always felt from him.
Okay. Yeah, because just like for me, what I've noticed, especially with this film in particular, like I feel like Eddie came alive with the dramatic shit that happens in this movie. And it just like when you had to do the comedy, it just felt kind of more like okay, the studio wanted me to do this, so I would do like 1,000 voices. I'm be like Hercules, and it just felt like he was just going through the motions. Like he just didn't seem as alive in those moments.
Yeah. Well, again, I take the off-screen depression. I also think like he was dealing. I don't know all of his ins and outs. I had heard rumblings of Scientology as a joke. I don't know if that's true or like how much he got into. But I know like I shouldn't say it. No, I don't know.
I mean Mindhead, man. Mindhead had to come from something.
That's true. Forgot about Mindhead. But I like honestly, like when like he riffs in like the Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Even then, he's playing every role. So they're trying to get that right. Like that's not, to me, that wasn't like, maybe on set they're like, oh, let me try this, and I get that. That's just the creative process at work. I don't think he rolls in without like things being set the way he needs them to be, especially with how what's the best word for it, as much as he's putting in, especially like Empire in Brooklyn. He was in a lot of prosthetics, playing different characters. Then you got the Nutty Professor. he's playing, Life is a different one where, he's playing off of another comedian. He doesn't have a lot of movies where he plays off other comedians.
No, not at all. Like I can name like 4 or 5 on the top of my head.
Not on his level, especially in 1999. Life,
not at all.
Lawrence was on his level.
Yeah.
Still looking up, but that they were both top bill. That was a big deal.
And Martin comes from the same school of like his type of performance, especially when he does stuff in the action genre as well. You know what I mean? Like they I'm gonna let you continue, but I do have a bigger thing that came to mind.
No, we were talking about Metro earlier, and like something like this. Like this is such a differently toned movie that when you get that, it does feel like riffing. It does feel like on set, I'll try this. They want me to add some comedy. You're right. It does feel like there's a lot of notes in this.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the action scenes or the things that handled with action, everybody was on it, ready. And then like when comedy was being interjected, it didn't. Yeah, you're right. It didn't feel like it fit. I feel like I needed a different type of comedy to go into this.
Yeah, I think maybe more dry or sarcastic, which we know Eddie can do. Because honestly, you know what? Like comedy aside, and maybe you're a cinephile. I know certain people that we know hate that word, but you're a cinephile just like me. So I want to see if you picked up on this. But when I was watching this, it finally clicked. This is like my 4th time seeing this movie in my life. But it finally clicked for me. I'm like, oh, he's trying to do Bullet. Like I got a lot of Bullet out of this.
Yeah, I could see him drawing from a lot of a Bullet and a lot of those movies that are similar, even like Dirty Harry-ish.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing Dirty Harry, but there was elements in it that reminded me of Dirty Harry in terms of the action.
Yep.
I think like and other movies like that. Like, and I don't think this felt like something he wasn't trying to call back to his movies.
Yeah.
He was trying to do something different. You know what's crazy? He was supposed to do another movie called Sandblast.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I was going to lead us to. You already beat me to it. That's exactly where I was going to go with it, though.
And I guess that was dropped. It ultimately had like a similar premise to Broken Arrow. I read about it on IMDb.
Dude, yeah, same premise as Broken Arrow. It was supposed to be like Die Hard set in a sandstorm, right? And Eddie was going to take it completely serious. And when I read the premise for it, and I found out that it was between this and that, this is in one of the categories. I'm like, should he have made Sandblast instead? And I feel like honestly, we were robbed. I feel like we were robbed. I feel like this universe robbed us of 2 things. You're robbed with Sandblast. I want to see Eddie Murphy do a fucking Die Hard movie. And we were also robbed of. We should have gotten like 5 more fucking Metros if this movie done well. Like if people would have just got over themselves with like, why is the funny guy being serious? Like if they just got past that, we could have had 5 fucking Metro fucking movies.
Yeah.
I wanted more of this character.
I liked this movie. Again, I don't think Michael Rappaport worked. Because he was too stuffy. It was weird. He wasn't even playing like Michael Rappaport in everything.
Yeah.
Like in everything else, he plays the same character. So it was weird that he was playing it so straight-laced. And I think my issue was the buddy portion of the comedy didn't work. That's where the comedy should have come with, not the riffing. This should have been a Riggs and Murtaugh type of situation.
Yeah.
Maybe in reverse, like he's the seasoned negotiator that's sort of like loose cannon-y, and then you have a stuffy guy come in. But I honestly don't think that it should have been Michael Rappaport. It should have been somebody bigger.
Yeah, I think that that's what they were trying to go for. I think that I can't believe this came to mind. You said it immediately. I thought David Spade.
I don't think that would have worked in 1997.
Yeah, because they hated each other.
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
If he didn't do this, I think he should have done The Negotiator. As much as I love Samuel L. Jackson in it.
You know what? Because you already got to the categories. Yeah, fuck it. When I was going through to do the categories of retitle, is Metro an apt title for this movie? Which I feel like it's not. I feel like Metro has nothing to fucking do with what happens. I felt like because they beat him to it, because he beat Sam to it. This movie should have either been called The Negotiator, because that's what the movie is about. It's about a negotiator, or do a throwback to those old 60 movies where they just had the main character's name. Like, call it Roper. Just call it Roper. You know what I mean? I felt like Metro wasn't a strong enough title for this movie. And that poster's goofy as hell. Mick, I'm gonna put the poster back up. Look at this goofy shit. This movie is a serious action film, and this is the fucking poster they chose. I went too fast. This is the poster they chose. I'm
reenacting right now.
This is what they went with for a serious action movie.
They tried to make it look like a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why they bombed. People just like,
and I bet you he was pissed about that, because if he's trying to do a dramatic role and they're really trying to make this look like a comedy, because for all the jokes that, like, because even watching it this time, I'm like, the jokes don't really stand out or tear this down. Mm-hmm. They're not great, but it's the action is really the prevalent thing here. I really think it was more. Yes, I think the title sucked. I think that poster is horrible. You're right.
Mm-hmm. You see the commercial for this bitch?
The which one?
The commercial for this fucking movie. The commercial for this bitch.
When it came out, I did. I don't remember them now.
Dog, I watched the commercial before we did the show, just to like see, like, this is compared to the movie I just watched. Right? They were trying to pitch it like it's another fucking Beverly Hills Cop movie. Like, it's just another light time with a fish out of water cop who's just competent at his job, and he's doing, you know what I mean? They pitched it as a comedy.
This was
Disney. Come on.
Yeah, they really messed up on this one, but that's Disney for you. They wanted to be in that business. That's why they did a 5-picture deal in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which led over into the 2000s, but like a 5-picture deal to give to someone, that's not heard of a lot. Like, maybe now more than, like, with Marvel and DC and all that, the franchises.
But not back then.
But back then, to be like, hey, listen, we want to sign you for 5 movies. And because that's a commitment. Like we see, that's like a 10-year commitment.
Yeah.
And, to find the right movies for him, things like that, and to get them in production. And, it's funny. Haunted Mansion, I thought, for what it is as a Disney movie, I'm like, this is fine. Like, I like the remake better.
Yeah.
The one with Eddie Murphy, I was like, it's fine. It's fun. It's
not horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you watch it on Halloween. I don't understand the hate.
As a dude who, look, I'm a Disney adult. You know what I mean? I'm a Disney adult, and as a guy whose favorite ride of all time is fucking Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
I enjoy that fucking movie. I enjoy it quite a bit. I kind of want them to add Eddie Murphy to it.
Oh my God, that'd be funny.
They added Captain Jack to Pirates of the Caribbean. Why not? I'll tell you, this movie was a bigger hit. They would have added Eddie Murphy to Haunted Mansion.
Let me tell you, there's nothing lonelier or more fun than going on Pirates of the Caribbean completely hammered by yourself, because nobody would ever go on it. So I'd go on it and I'd be like, I'm just gonna chill, I'm hammered. I'm just gonna listen to these rah rah yo yo hum hum whatever pirate songs for me, and just chill down the nice easy thing. And they would get so pissed because it'd be nighttime, and I'd be like, I'm going on a tunnel of love. Let's do this.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, man. If you were my boy sooner, we would have been doing it together, man.
Right? Just talking about pirates and shit.
Exactly. There's been plenty of time, because I used to do the Disney internship, like, when I was in my early 20s. So, you know how many times I went on that motherfucker drunk? Plenty of times, Ham.
Great was it? It's so relaxing. Oh my God. But Haunted Mansion is by far my favorite, though.
Yeah. I love Haunted Mansion. So I didn't hate the movie. I didn't even hate the remake. I like both of them. I'm like, they both were the ride that I grew up and loved. So but yeah, man, I feel like with that 5-picture deal, man, had they done this movie right, they could have been 5 Metro movies. And you know what I mean? Like, this is like I said, Michael Wincott is an excellent villain. Top dollar from The Crow. It was so funny because my older cousin, Trey, I played a prank on him because he looked like Seth MacFarlane at the time. I convinced him that this was Seth MacFarlane. I was like, yeah, this movie bombed so much that he just decided to go into animation. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He really believed it. But yeah, I thought he was great, and like, I thought after this he just didn't do anything, because I didn't see him for 20 years until he did fucking Nope. I was
Oh,
like, oh,
he shows up.
okay.
I love him in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves too.
Yeah, he was good in
He
that,
plays his
wasn't
cousin.
he? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, he was just such an underappreciated actor. He was good here. I like that exchange they had
Mhm.
when Eddie visits him in prison.
Yeah.
Um, that was like another moment where I was just like, this, like Eddie's put in work as a performer,
Yeah.
and I don't know, maybe as a writer, Mick, you could probably point this out, but I was looking at overviews for this movie, and just to get a consensus as to why people didn't like this movie, and they point out the story, and I didn't think the story was that bad. I just think that yeah, you miscast a few people here and there, and there's probably some things that could have been worked out and you edit a little better. But like, I thought the story was pretty compelling. I thought that like if you released this in the '70s and put fucking Danny Glover, this would have been a hit.
I think the story is sound, except it has too much put in.
Okay.
So you're focusing like each story that's in it, him and his girlfriend, and that they're dealing with, him and a new partner, and what he's dealing with, him trying to find this killer that got away, you
Mhm.
know, and like kind of go through all that motion of or just the cop portion, you know, without the partner. That does the car joke, the car gag that kept being
Yeah.
in. And I get it, and they were all fine, but they were all like storylines that had to be tied up. So
Mhm.
that's a lot of screen time that we're focusing on stuff where it's like, I get the kidnapping the wife thing, but you didn't give me enough buddy cop.
Yeah.
So like she took away from that.
Yeah.
And so like either take out the buddy cop thing you're going for and him
Mhm.
training a new guy and like make it about this lone officer and like get his girl in there some more. But
Or make it more like
I well, if I can just make one comparison, I don't know if you've seen it, but have you ever seen The Hard Way?
Jim Kelly.
No, it's
Oh.
that's 3 The Hard Way, good one. The Hard Way is with what's his name? James Woods and Michael J. Fox. It's a
Oh yeah, I was called Doc Hollywood. Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's a Doc
When they're
Hollywood's a good one
cops.
too. I
Yeah,
love that one.
I get them confused. I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
the
yeah.
Harper.
But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not saying that was the greatest movie ever. I like it. I like it as a buddy cop movie and for what it is. But maybe if you followed sort of like the formula they were going with there, where like, yeah, maybe not make it an actor, it is a new guy who's getting latched onto him,
Yeah.
but put the focus on that.
Mm,
Make them go after the bad guy. You can have the wife. Lethal Weapon is proven. You can have families in it. You can do all this stuff, and it doesn't take away from the main story.
yeah.
But I feel like a lot of what was going on in this did. So as story wise, I'm like, you have good elements to your story here, and all of them could work in their own way, but it's too many elements, and Eddie Murphy's spread too thin for all.
Yes. I mean, like you can either go to the Lethal Weapon route. The route I was gonna say is, or make it like Bullet, where the partner just happens to be there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Keep the focus on Roper. The partner just happens to be there, and you don't have to force this like because this manufactured relate. You could have built that chemistry of their relationship between him and his girl better. You didn't have to force this dynamic because it felt fake. It felt forced between him and Michael Rappaport anyway. Right?
They didn't have chemistry. I don't know
Yeah.
why they did this.
Yeah, zero chemistry. So just like I would just, yeah, I would just not focus on that. I guess that would not be the focus of the movie.
You know who was originally supposed to have the part of in Metro, the lead? Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. I was gonna say Wesley Snipes. Harrison Ford though.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I still think if you had Michael Rappaport in there, it wouldn't have worked.
it still wouldn't
You
have
know,
worked.
it's just
You would have got Hollywood Homicide 10 years earlier.
hey, for all of Hollywood Homicide's terrible, terrible, terrible things, it's got Harrison Ford, and I'll still watch it in a guilty pleasure way.
Yeah,
And
man.
Showtime, another one. I know you said Beverly Hills Cop 3. I love Showtime, so it'll never be on the list.
Showtime. yeah, with him and Robert De Niro. I think we watched that recently too. So yeah, Showtime. Yeah, no, man, honestly, the more we talk about this, the more I feel like because the next question of the category would have been like, should he made this or Sandblast? I feel like he should have made
I
Sandblast.
feel like you should have mentioned. I mean, I like this movie, but with what Sandblast sounds like. It's like
Right?
it would have it sounds like that would have been more epic
Mm-hmm.
and put him on a different scale in the action. That's what he needed.
Yes.
I think his ego was in the way. I think he liked to be the star of his movies, and I get it.
The whole Steven Seagal thing.
Because you gotta not just oh my god, yeah. Speaking of Keenan Ivory, do Glimmerman.
Oh god, yeah. It was between that or Glimmerman, man.
I go with Most Wanted. It's always better. But no, I really think like if he could, and he has since. I mean, Shrek is one of them. He wasn't. He wasn't the star of Shrek. That like the first on the call sheet, and like look what it did for his career.
Yeah.
Even with some of the really bad ones, Pluto Nash and stuff that were happening, he could do Shrek and he knew he was safe. There's your 5 pictures right there, and they're coming out with another one. So
get that Shrek money.
He needed, if he wanted to do something like actiony, he needed to team up with somebody who's known for action.
Yep.
And had done this movie or Sandblast.
Yeah, and I feel like as much as I like this movie and I like it a lot, I just feel like he chose wrong, as they say in the streets. He chose wrong, and and like I said, the premise: Die Hard in a sandstorm. I'm just like, okay.
Think about this: you get rid of your I'm looking up the year of a movie, but you get rid of Rappaport. I think what would have made this grittier and worked for him more is if you get an actor at the time, and I want to make sure that a movie didn't come out at the same time, because I don't even want to wish this in a Mandela effect situation. The hell? Where's your Brad Pitt? Where's your stuff?
Okay. I was gonna say, if you say Marky Mark, I'm gonna get the fuck up.
No. Brad Pitt.
I'm gonna walk away.
I think Brad Pitt at that time, because 97,
97.
He was burning. He was getting there. But he in 97 he did The Devil's Own, 7 Years in Tibet, Meet Joe Black, and Being John Malkovich.
Oh, well, I'm not tossing out Meet Joe Black.
No, I don't think you should toss out anything, but he probably 7 Years in Tibet.
I was gonna say 7 Years in
or
Tibet.
The Devil's Own. Ironically, with Harrison Ford. Oh, I wonder if Harrison Ford chose The Devil's Own instead of this.
Oh yeah, probably, right?
But could you imagine Brad Pitt playing the partner in this? That's after 7, a couple of years after 7. They probably would have made it a little grittier, made it a buddy cop, but with like a Lethal Weapon, little grittier, more actiony. And you're gonna have 2 good actors playing off of each other. Sorry, Rappaport, but I'm not giving you that credit. So two good actors playing off of each other, and he's like the right age.
Yeah. I just wonder who would get the kill, though. You know what I mean? Like the villain, the heavy, because it is still Brad Pitt. You know what I mean?
Like, in 97, it wasn't Brad Pitt. It was like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. I would honestly, in my opinion, it was Fight Club that put Brad Pitt into
the Brad Pitt. Okay.
Like 7 was just like mind blowing. It was the movie that blew your mind, and he was a big part of it.
I agree, because I was fucking 9 when that came out, and a 9-year-old wanted to watch Fight Club because the commercials were so good. So yeah.
So that's for me where I remember Brad Pitt, like, because I remember him from everything, even True Romance, like, he had that bit part in that.
Yeah, he was also in Thelma and Louise was put him on the map, right?
Thelma and Louise got him recognized as like the sex symbol.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, and I think I do, it was Thelma and Louise. He wasn't really known for A River Runs Through It. Well, no, I'm sorry. He was known for it. I got jumbled on that, but he was known for it. But like, it was a movie that had a lot of good actors in it, so it wasn't just like he was the star.
Yeah.
He was in Contact, California, True Romance, things that did well. Interview with the Vampire, like, propelled him and said he can be a movie star.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. And then Legends of the Fall, of course, helped. 7, 12 Monkeys.
Yeah. But
he was always the side player in all of those.
So then that could work then, because he wasn't Brad Pitt yet. So that could work. Man, you got me on a Brad Pitt tangent right now. I was gonna ask you, has he always had that goofy Southern accent? Because I just noticed it now on F1. And it's been happening for a while now because it happened
Brad
in because it happened in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, there's like this goofy Southern accent. So I'm like, did he always have like this goofy Southern accent?
No, I think it was just in that. I need to watch that again. But the book was good too.
Sequel coming out December.
Yeah, I guess he is coming back. You said sequel, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're not doing what's not. I'm like, no, they're doing him.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, and like, but like that's the guy I think, or that level, of guy.
As long as he's not Marky Mark,
Cruise.
cool.
Tom Cruise just did Mission Impossible, and he's been a movie star for 10 years. So
yeah,
you need, and I think Eddie Murphy needed to do that. I think that's what would have changed, although he didn't really need a change in direction in his career because Shrek.
Shrek happened. Yeah.
And he did, I mean, right after he did Metro, like I said, Mulan was huge. Dr. Dolittle was huge. Life was a big movie. And then Professors 2 did well because of the first one.
Yeah.
And then Shrek.
I actually, Eddie doesn't have he has bad movies, but for me personally, he doesn't have a movie that I don't like, I guess. There's movies I can acknowledge are bad, but I don't hate them.
For all the shit that Pluto Nash gets, the sets, the atmosphere they built, the science fiction that went into it was all interesting, fun to look at, vibrant, worked well. I like when people are like, "Oh, that's the worst movie he's ever done." I'm like, "Have you seen Meet Dave?"
Exactly, right?
Like, I mean, why do we hate? I get it. It was quirky, it was weird, and it's something that we'll probably never see again. But it was a callback to like old, interesting sci-fi movies.
Yeah, and honestly, it kind of works when you're stoned. Me and my boys used to get stoned and watch that, so it kind of works when you're high.
Next time I post a now watching and I'm watching Adventures of Pluto Nash, you'll know what's going on.
You're gonna, I wonder, is Johnny full of shit? Hold on.
I can tell you unequivocally that I do not think you're full of shit.
Yeah, so it's just Eddie just had an interesting career, and I just like I said, I feel like Eddie's the king of this though. I feel like he's the king of. This is what the next point I was going to, before we wrap it up, this is the next point that I was going to bring up. I feel like comedians in particular, I'm not even going to blame the comedians. I'll blame the studios more so. The art of an action comedy is gone. I feel like back in the day when Eddie, Martin, a couple of other comics, I say Billy Crystal, Running Scared. I feel like back in the day, they were playing characters who just happened to be funny. They weren't the joke. They just happened to be quick on their feet, and they were able to disarm suspects and perps and their enemies. It's like they just happened to be funny, but they're in a very serious circumstance, and the circumstance never became the joke. I feel like with Kevin Hart and all these other modern comedians now, because the studio's like, that's your thing, the premise is now the joke. And they're a mile a minute, and it's no longer a balance of action and comedy, and this character just happens to be funny. The character is now a gag. I think about that. I feel like the biggest offense, though, even though I'm beating up on Kevin Hart, is the movie The Heat. Do you remember the movie The Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock? It got a lot of praise, but I didn't really like it because I'm like, this is not an action. This is just a comedy because it's just like they don't treat the stakes real. There we go. The stakes are missing in action comedies now.
Yeah.
And I just want to see if you agree with me on that one. Is it a lost art form, the action comedy? I feel like it really is.
Well, you know what it is? It's everybody's a star now. Every time you watch a movie now, everybody's a star, unless it's like more of an independent sort of piece or something that comes out. But like I'm talking about mainstream movies, they're not going to die. Like you like automatically go in. But when it goes back, like Beverly Hills Cop, everybody forgets he got shot.
Yeah.
Like he was hurting. He got shot. And then of course he's bandaged up and they closed it off well. It was the 80s, all happy ending.
Shit. The Bad Boys movies, they still in peril, and the peril felt real. Like, oh, these
And when they brought it back, it gave you that feeling of like they might die. Like even that last one, like I know a lot of people were like, "No, he's never going to die." I'm like, I don't know. They might kill him off, and I get it if they do. And I thought, and what really does it well is when you add the next generation in, like when his son-in-law is like whipping all around and being a badass. You're like, they might kill him off. I mean, they have people who can build up into this, and work it out. And like Will Smith can run it if he didn't want to do it anymore. But to your point, especially going like a Metro, or just in general.
Yeah.
Firstly, with Kevin Hart, I like Kevin Hart in movies. He's fine, but he's formulaic. I know I'm always going to get the rants and the kicks, and, all that stuff. And that's his thing on stage, and it is what it is. And he's just trying to, I know who I'm getting. He's a safe bet, just like most comedians. Like when you see a Jim Carrey movie, it's a safe bet you're going to have fun with it.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And so he is. And I don't think he likes being called that. He gets called a plant. I don't know that he's a plant. I think he's just a safe bet. I think he's a black actor who white people feel comfortable with. And I'm saying that as like I see it. For me, it's not that I'm comfortable with him. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Jumanji's just fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Kevin Hart, you're not making. Actually, if anybody's making that better, it's Jack Black. But like that, I think that's where actually that's a good comparison. Kevin Hart seems like he's always trying on set. He's trying to be turned on and go 1,000, and it's actually by extension The Rock as well.
Like
they're always just like they're just being them, and you're gonna love it because you love them. Whereas then you watch Jack Black, and it's like
he's playing a character,
being funny because he's a naturally funny guy. And I think that's where you can kind of correlate it to like an Eddie Murphy early on and stuff like that. Is like, I mean, we love Beverly Hills Cop because Eddie Murphy is a damn fine actor. He is a great actor. Not then. Not a kid then. But he brought his charisma. He brought it. That was him if he was Axel Foley. And add that to all of his movies. Yeah, okay. Now he's a gangster running a nightclub in Harlem Nights, but it still has that Eddie Murphy charm. I think when you're that charming, you come in with that, and that's what added that flavor that we really like. With like the Kevin Harts of the world, you're like, I just know what I'm getting from you.
Because you know what's crazy? Like even, and I'm gonna jump to Martin, who, like I said, is in the same school of comedian who does action films. Right? The premise of Big Mama's House is a goofy premise. The first one. I'm not talking about the second one. I'm talking about the very first one. Very goofy premise, right? But like he takes it serious, and therefore we take it serious. Like he doesn't become the joke, and he takes the threat serious. Like Terrence Howard is a very threatening character in that movie, and he's not played for laughs. Like because our guy who we're endeared to is trying to chase him because he's a criminal, and he knows how dangerous he is. We see him as dangerous, and with the comedians who are trying to be the big star, afraid to lose, afraid to show fear, and try to be invincible,
get their butts kicked all the time. Like that was fun,
Exactly.
Eddie Murphy getting thrown out of a window.
Exactly.
That's
what's missing.
What's a great movie, and it's the franchise, and I hate the director, but whatever, I'll say it. That fits exactly what you're saying. It's probably one of the last ones where you see it, where again the stakes were high, the action was prevalent over the comedy, and it was a comedic actor. Rush Hour.
Yep.
And again, Chris Tucker it's different than a Kevin Hart. When Kevin Hart comes on set, he's performing. Chris Tucker's just being Chris Tucker. As this character in this setting. He's like, and there's a difference to that. There's like, you come on set, like, or you're Chris Tucker, and it's like, all right, I know what I have to do. Let's get there. We'll figure it out together.
Exactly.
And I feel like bringing that, but also respecting what the story is. Like, I feel like, all right, sorry, I know I'm going off on a tangent. I'm kind of all over the place.
Do it.
to me, a Kevin Hart, I hate to harp on him because there's a lot of people,
I
especially
mean,
actors today.
I threw her under the bus earlier. Melissa McCarthy. I threw her under the bus at the
Her too. Kristen Wiig, another one. Especially a lot of those, except for Andy Samberg. I'll take him out, and Bill Hader. They're different. They're just marked different. And Sudeikis too, sort of. Peel is another one from Mad TV who went out and like did something different. Like you can tell who are the real ones.
Yes,
I know it sounds fucked up because Kevin Hart's going to watch this and then be like, "Fuck this guy."
I'm not going to open up for him no more.
But the movies were crafted around stars, of course, they always have been. But now they feel like they're specifically written with the star in mind.
Yep.
And listen, I've written enough screenplays where I had an idea for a star that I want to star in this, but it's wishful thinking. But when Netflix puts money to a writer, they know which star's coming in.
Yep.
So when you start writing your movies for the person and not for the story, it's always going to feel self-serving. And that's what Kevin Hart movies feel like, self-serving, and The Rock and all those guys we were talking about.
Yep.
But every time I see Jack Black on a set, anywhere, any movie, it feels like he's trying to make that movie the best it can be.
Yeah, and I love the fact, even his voice work, he commits to a premise.
Right?
You know what I mean? He commits. He 100% commits. You know what I mean?
Eddie Murphy does that with all of his roles.
Yep. You'll never say that Eddie phoned it in or Eddie was just trying to look too cool. He was just afraid to be embarrassed on camera. Like, no, Eddie does it.
I'm gonna throw something out there you might not like.
I'm waiting.
Because the movie's coming up soon and you're talking about his brother next week. I think Marlon Wayans, out of all of the Wayans who are incredibly talented, I'm only talking from an acting standpoint. Not even when Damon in there. I think Marlon's the only one, like we're saying, out of all of them, who they all want to make the movie the best, but they want to make it in their vision. Whereas Marlon, I think, comes in and he's like, I just want this to be the best.
Why do I agree with you right now?
I think they realize that the thing is let's argue. Like, I mean, we can argue all day about how talented each person is, but in an acting in terms of acting, Marlon's the most talented brother.
Yes, he is. He went to a dramatic art school, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm sure they would agree with me. They're all loving family and like he brings it, but that's why I think like when we watch Scary Movie 6 previews, Marlon's right out in front.
Right out in front. It looks really good too. I just feel like, what's funny is I did my own little recast of this movie. If they made a modern remake of Metro, because I really want more Metro. And I was looking, what inspired it is I was looking at Michael Wincott in the movie. And I was like, this motherfucker looks a lot like James Franco. Then I just started imagining if James Franco played the part. Then I'm like, okay, but then who would be his Roper? And I came down to like 2 black comics. I'll go with somebody who's closer to my age, and it was Lamorne Morris from New Girl.
Oh, right there. Boom. Yep.
Yeah, that's my number one choice.
Everything he's in. Drama, comedy. Sorry, you said Lamorne Morris. I have to praise him.
Yeah.
Everything he's in is elevated by his presence.
Even Spider Noir, who my cousin hates.
I know. Dude, I don't care. When I saw he was in it, I'm like, Nick Cage. It's a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
And like I haven't been this excited about a Spider-Man movie or show.
It was really good.
In a good long, not like outside of Peter Parker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Peter Parkers, I'm talking about like hated man.
I haven't been excited for a Sony Spider-Man movie.
Fair. Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, it was either Lamorne was my first choice, and my second choice is if we had to go with like a classic comic, Marlon. Because I think Marlon and Lamorne are the 2 closest black comics now. Who I'm not saying they're on Eddie's level, but I'm saying they will take the stakes and the performance and the situation seriously.
All right. You're going to get mad at me. I do think Marlon's a better actor than Eddie Murphy.
I'm not mad at all.
Because again, Marlon Wayans, when he shows up in a movie, he's not Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
But when Eddie Murphy shows up in a movie,
he's Eddie.
I see the character. I do.
Yeah.
But he is subdued. He is Eddie. Like, like he is like my hat keeps like flying inside. Let's just go like this from now on.
Yeah.
Go 90s.
Go 90s. Make upside down. Yeah,
90s white kid from Three Ninjas style. Like as good as Eddie Murphy. Well, I mean, it's hard to argue. Dreamgirls was fucking good, but yeah, Marlon Wayans is just. He's one of the best actors out, and I don't think he gets enough work.
I think Marlon falls in the same trap as Adam Sandler does.
No,
where they're really good.
I disagree with you about this. If you call Adam Sandler a good actor, I'm
sorry to do this to you, brother. I think they're really both good dramatic actors, and I just feel like Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't like comedy. They don't like slapstick comedies. That's why you don't see comedies nominated for Oscars. And I just feel like if Marlon had like another tour de force like he did with Requiem for a Dream, they wouldn't nominate him because he did of all the goofy movies he did.
But
they hold yeah. Even I met him too in person too when I saw him live. He even said that movie's a piece of shit. He said he hated Six Men. He said he was high when he did that.
I don't blame him.
But yeah, it's just like I feel like even though we know he's a great actor, and we both said that the Oscars are bullshit anyway. So they're not really a good certification for you being a great actor. But
I mean, the only one I can think of that they got clearly right was Scent of a Woman.
Oh yeah, Scent of a Woman. That was it. That was. There was no other Oscar. I mean, Driving Miss Daisy.
Every time I think about that, and I think about Do the Right Thing, not getting it, I just want
to. Shit. But I just feel like, I just think that they won't give Marlon his due, just like why they won't give Adam Sandler his due. It's just like they hold your career against you, and it shouldn't be a career award. It should be the best performance of that year. It shouldn't be like, oh, you made 6 Transformers movies, now you want to be serious? No, fuck you. Like, it shouldn't be that.
Oh my god, because Eddie Murphy can do more dramatic now.
Yeah,
they don't care. Like now, it's kind of like, fine, let's do it. Stop doing movies with Pete Davidson and do a gritty crime movie with some comedy, a little bit of comedy if you want. With Marlon Wayans as his partner.
Are you saying Metro 2?
Metro 2.
30 years
Rappaport's
later.
out.
30 years later.
Oh man, those two together would be cool.
Oh yeah, they were in Norbit too. They had such great chemistry. They were in Norbit together. Yeah. He's busted taps.
Oh my god! I would love a good 30s or 40s gangster film, but not a gangster film. I want a detective story.
Oh, like noir,
dealing with gangsters, noirish. Yeah, this is all I want in the world now. I want that with Marlon Wayans and Eddie Murphy playing partners, and it all takes place in African American culture.
Well, an all
black film.
Well, Rockstar, they're trying to bring back LA Noir. We could make the movie adaptation of it and have Marlon.
Listen,
Eddie.
Listen. Us whites have had our chance with the noir, and we haven't done it well since the 40s. So, Chinatown was good.
Y'all had Heat. That was a neo noir. Y'all had Heat.
All right. I mean, you can give it to us. Yeah, he's probably the last good one. Then we had to kind of switch to a more comedic idea of Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
No, but in all black casts of.
I love an all black noir cast.
Of a detective noir movie.
They tried that though. They tried it with a very great movie, fucking Devil in a Blue Dress.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I don't think they tried it. I'd say they succeeded at it, and that's why we need more.
Well, the reason why I say try because Metro, the movie, people weren't feeling it in the box office, and
that's
we can't have good things.
That's the problem. People are stupid, so we have to remember. We have to remember to keep going.
Yeah.
No, Devil in a Blue Dress is an amazing movie, and the fact that people don't watch it is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we can't have good things because of that, because you didn't see it in the box office. I'm like, come on, Netflix.
I was 9.
I mean, Netflix can totally do an adaptation of Devil in a Blue Dress because he ages too, so you can bring back Denzel. Yeah.
No, bring back John David Washington.
Oh yeah,
give it to his son. I mean, that guy has not been working a lot, and he should be.
He did Creator too. That was pretty good.
I love The Creator, and that was made for $80 million.
Yeah, Oh yeah.
It looks better than some of these Marvel movies. It looks
Mhm.
100% better than any of the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
And what's crazy is
nuts.
you see my letterbox. I think you see my letterbox. I just did a recent review of Ant Man, I think, and I think I just gave Ant Man. I gave Ant Man a 4 star though. I really love Ant Man and
The first
Quantumania.
one was good.
I actually love Quantumania quite a bit. I feel like Quantumania is going to be a cult classic. I feel like once this like phase of Marvel's over and give it about a decade, people are going to revisit that movie. But like, we were a little too harsh on it. It's
I
not
have
that bad.
Star Wars tattooed on this arm. I have Star Trek tattooed over here. I'm telling you right now, I like the fact that people hated Quantumania. I'm like, the Star Wars fan in me loves this. This is what it is. It's such a fun movie. Is it a good? It wasn't a good start to Phase 5. I 100% agree. It misfired on a few things. As a movie, it was fun. I had a good time with it. I don't understand why we can't detach a little bit when we are reviewing movies and say, yeah, as a Marvel movie, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
But as a movie, this was fun. It was adventurous. It was funny. It brought a lot of action in. You know, like had a good villain, had a solid villain, which was one of the popular things. So, but really, if you go back and watch those reviews, is like, why would Ant-Man be fighting Kang or this, that, or it doesn't work? And it's like, you got to judge the movie too.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You think 5 movies down the line? it's just like, come on. I feel like Endgame was the worst thing to happen to Marvel. There, that's my hot take. I feel like
Endgame itself, or just because it went into the multiverse.
No, not even that. I just feel like because it did so well that like movie going audience. I'm not even gonna say movie going audience. I'm gonna say hardcore internet people feel like everything has to be Endgame. So every movie has to be the same stakes, be just like that. and if it's any way different, it's either woke or bad. And it just like I feel like Endgame is the worst thing that ever happened to Marvel.
It was
making a movie so good.
Yeah, I mean, you should have taken a break for a few years.
Yeah,
we're gonna take some time off and plan the next phase. Really build this out. Like you could have taken off like 3 years. You know, tops. But I mean, if they had to, they would have been able to pick up after COVID instead of COVID jumbled their whole plans up and everything else and such.
Yeah,
it drive me crazy, so I got put back. But I agree with you. I think that fans of the Marvel movies, the MCU, are going through their Star Trek 2 and 3 moment.
Yeah,
which for any Star Trek fan out there, listen, I get it. I have a Star Trek podcast. I get it. What they did at the end of Star Trek 2 with Spock.
You gotta get me on that motherfucker. Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie.
Okay. Dude, we're getting in the movie soon, so be ready.
Fuck yeah.
All I'm saying is you remember how Spock died and they had this beautiful moment at the funeral and everybody was like, this is sad, but it was beautiful and I loved everything. And then they made 3 and completely undid the entire messaging of 2. And we were all like, Spock is back. So like, it was kind of a moment that really pulled at your heart. That's what Marvel fans are going through right now. It's like,
they're definitely
but it's you're undoing a lot.
They're definitely gonna do a fucking search for Spock with fucking Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Well, they are. I mean, with Downey Jr. back, Chris Evans back, all these people back, you're like, you gave us a goodbye that was beautiful, and now you're coming back, and it's like, what does that say about this franchise?
The only way that I would accept it is if they do Nazi Cap. I know you're not supposed to say Nazi on YouTube. I'm sorry.
God forbid we put awareness out.
I think that's the only way that I would accept it. They do the one where Cap is like Hydra and Sam has to take him down. That's the only way I'll accept it.
I mean, they can do that, and I'm sure they will.
Maybe he kills R. Steve in front of Sam.
Dude, I messaged the writer when they did that Hydra Cap storyline, and I was just like, don't do this. Like, we're at a point in our lives like you can't do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, please. And I was like going point by point, and I'm like, he's never gonna read this because I messaged him on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like, he's
like,
never
"Oh,
gonna read
baby."
this, but I'm like, and it went through, and then the whole storyline was just terrible. I was just like, you
Yeah.
sullied Cap. I realized it was a different Cap, but like you sullied Cap because everybody initially thought it was him.
Yeah. And what's
I mean,
funny is like there's like I don't know if you've seen a meme on the internet where it has like Spider-Man, Batman, and they're basically like when he said Hail Hydra, they kind of parodied that, and Spider-Man is just like fuck Uncle Ben, and Batman's like I don't care about my parents.
but that's even it. We got that moment when he goes Hail
Yeah.
Hydra in Endgame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
I'm
did,
good.
yeah.
Like I don't need any more. Like that was enough, and it was tongue in cheek comparatively to a shitty comic series. But you know, they're going back to the well, and I don't know that I want it. I was like, you've got some great actors that we haven't seen in a while. I don't
Yeah.
need Robert Downey Jr.
Because we should have had a Shang-Chi 2 by now. I didn't get that
Right.
shit.
Nope. Because you
and-
know what? Another disrespected genre that we're talking about, martial arts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, it's disrespected in America. I feel like foreign countries they still have for it. It's just us here in America.
If it's not
We don't-
MMA, we ain't doing it.
Exactly. We don't give a shit about it. You know, did I ever pitch you my all-black martial artist remake of The Raid? That's how you remake The Raid? An all-black cast of martial artists?
Yeah, I mean,
Michael
it's really like Michael J. White.
Yeah. We have Michael J. White.
I'll be there. I like that too. Yeah, no, I'd agree. But yeah, I'm tired. Like when they did that to Old Boy and they put Josh Brolin in there, and I'm like, this feels weird.
Yeah.
Feel
I didn't
right.
really- and Josh Brolin can't fight, so it was kind of weird watching him try to fight. And you could just tell when certain actors can't fight. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
why not make it with an all American Asian cast?
Because it's the same movie.
That's not fair.
They're just American.
Yeah, fair.
They're just American. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
It's just more English, less subtitles.
I mean, it should be whoever the fastest fighters can be.
I'm just trying to say, because Hollywood, Hollywood is gonna do. They're gonna make the same movie, and they ain't gonna make it different.
Likeable white guy in Hollywood right now. I'm gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's not Chris Evans.
I don't think he's the most likable.
Yeah, he's played a couple of dirtbags now, so he kind of sold you that image.
I just don't think people care as much anymore.
Keanu.
Oh yeah. Keanu would be cool in that movie as like the captain.
Yeah, because he knows kung fu.
Now we're talking about Metro, and now we're recasting The Raid.
Yeah, we're recasting The Raid. It started as a recast for Metro, but now it's Raid recast.
We already did that and put it in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because nobody likes Chris Pratt no more.
He's the same in everything except for Star-Lord and
oh no, he was different in Vinny D'Onofrio made a movie about Billy the Kid where he was the villain of that movie. Chris Pratt was the villain of that movie. Chris Pratt was pretty good. The movie didn't do well though because it wasn't a Marvel movie. So it went on VOD pretty quick. I think the movie is called The Kid. It's him, Ethan Hawke. Basically, he got everybody but Denzel from The Magnificent Seven to come back.
The Lincoln Lawyer, he was in that movie too.
Yeah. McConaughey, people like McConaughey too.
That's right. They do like McConaughey.
Glenn Powell, he's likable.
I think for now, he's going to do something.
I actually met Glenn Powell in real life in Austin.
Like, I feel like he is a nice guy. I'm just saying, I feel like his nice guy image isn't always going to be there.
What's funny is I never told you the story. I'm going to tell you the story now. Sorry, Glenn Powell, if you're watching. I hope I don't traumatize you.
He called you a bitch off the air.
No, when I met him in real life, I didn't know who the fuck he was because like this is like before No, yeah, this is before Top Gun. When I went to visit Austin, and like he was acting like he's the shit. And then like when he was talking to me, and I was listening to him, I was just like, dude, I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me.
I'll tell you what, that his part in Top Gun, he is funny as shit.
Yeah.
I am that good, Rooster.
Imagine my reaction in the theater when I put two and two together. I'm like,
You
dude,
good in this movie? I am good, Johnny.
Yeah. I'm like, I blew that guy off at the bar.
I'll give Glenn Powell some credit. He's picking some oddball things that a guy that good looking,
yeah,
with that much of a rising star so fast in the movie stardom. I'm really impressed with the movies he's choosing.
Yeah.
Like where he'll put prosthetics on, or he'll do different things, and like he'll play the bad guy, even in certain ways. And I've enjoyed that. I actually like The Running Man's the only one, like his performance in that, where I still liked it, but I was like, I feel like it was the direction that wasn't right. Like they didn't layer him enough, and I felt like they could have let him.
Did y'all talk that on a PMP yet?
Running Man, no. Okay, we will be, because we're going to be doing those two together.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me know so I can get that weekend off.
I will.
Because I would love to talk about that. Because
I'll look it up for sure.
My issue with that movie is that I felt like the ending was a cop out. Because you gave us the book ending, but then you didn't give us the book ending at the same time because you were too scared to give us a book ending. Because we're not gonna kill Gun Powell in a movie. That's crazy.
I didn't mind the happy ending.
Yeah,
I like it was cheesy, but I was like, this is kind of fucked up the whole time. It's like, because even the original felt more cartoonish, whereas this one I'm like, man, I feel bad for this guy. like treating his family terribly and like calling him a criminal.
It felt like America in the next 30 years when I was watching them. Oh, this is us 30 years from now. Okay.
September 19th, we're doing The Running Man. I'm
calling off right now.
There you go.
I know my manager's watching, so Matt, I'm calling off September 19th.
Oh man.
But yeah, we could we'll wrap it up. We'll give us our rating. This has been a great discussion. I love talking film with you in general. I love talking about this. If you are available, I know I got somebody who's also doing it. I love to have a 3-host panel for next week. If you're available for Most Wanted. But yeah, Metro. This is an underrated gem starring Eddie Murphy. This is our first episode in Unlikely Lethal. I hope you guys really enjoyed what we had to say. We're gonna now finish this with our ratings. I'm giving this the same rating I gave on Letterboxd. This is just based off of pure nostalgia for me and my enjoyment. 3.5 out of 5.
That's a good one. You know what? I was gonna say 2.5. I'm gonna say 3. I'll go 3 because nostalgia. I really dug this movie, so yeah, I'll go 3.
All right now. Okay, so guys, before we go, I just want to tell you guys to subscribe to the Johnny Sturdivant YouTube. Also subscribe to my Twitch where this is on right now, Mr. Streaming Game 17. We will have more streaming stuff. Be on the lookout. There might be a little special stand-up comedy video on here soon. So be on the lookout for that. Nice. I'm no longer on Facebook. We're working something out, doing something different for that. So we're no longer on Facebook, but we will be here next week. YouTube and Twitch, and expect the audio form this Friday on all forms of where you get your podcast media. Yeah,
you need to get on TikTok so you can put your company out.
Yes, yeah. I'm trying to do a separate channel though from the movie channel. If I do that,
yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to.
Would be good. Your reels, like putting your comedy out.
Yeah, because I don't want to cross the streams.
I cross the streams all the time. Every stream I cross the streams. That's all about.
But yeah, so thank you for joining us. Next week will be Most Wanted, starring Keenan Ivory Wayans. So definitely come back. Thank you, Mick Manhattan. And guys, I will see you on the big and small screen. Have a good night.